Welcome to quarterfinals Saturday at the World Juniors. Canada continues its quest for back-to-back gold medals for the first time since 2009, later today against the Czech Republic.
The workhorse from Whitehorse. You're going to love Dylan Cousins, Buffalo. In comes Lang on the breakaway, scores!
Tonight, Group B winners USA will take on Slovakia in the nightcap.
Just about everything he's touched in this tournament has been gold.
Quarterfinal 2 will feature a clash between Finland and Sweden.
Beautiful shot. He steps in there and just snaps it.
But first, we kick things off with last year's runner-up Russia, facing a resilient German team led by the Senators' Tim Stützle.
He doesn't wait for things to happen. He makes things happen.
Kamirov works in, scores!
The quarterfinals start now. What better way to say hello to 2021 than with 4 quarterfinal games inside the Edmonton bubble? It's a big day at the World Juniors, and Canucks prospect Vasily Podkolzin and the Russians come into this one as the heavy favorites, while the Senators, Tim Stützle and Germany, they're used to being the underdogs in the quarterfinal here at the World Juniors for the very first time. And thanks so much for joining us here today. Quarterfinal Saturday at the World Juniors. I'm Laura Dykin, joined alongside our analyst Dave Tomlinson. And yes, we have back-to-back games coming your way. You're not going to miss a single second of the action. Here is the schedule for the day today, including that big one, Canada taking on the Czech Republic. Canada, the only undefeated team still standing at these World Juniors. But with more now on what to see between Russia and Germany, here's Dennis Bayak and Craig Button.
Plenty of firepower on this Russian team, and Craig, Russia may be a bit of a deeper team, but there's some star power on that Germany squad as well.
Yeah, the star player, Tim Stützle, he's spectacular in his approach to the game. I mean, we've seen some of the goals he's scored, the plays he's made, some of the plays that didn't result in the goals, but certainly were a result of his brilliance. And when I look at this tournament, Dennis, there is no player that has been more important to his team's success than Tim Stützle. Keep in mind, they played with 9 forwards their first 3 games, and his ability to take his team, not just in respect to scoring and everything, but that will and that competitive spirit, nobody better and more important to his team.
You mentioned playing with 9 forwards. As a result, his average per game ice time is just under 26 minutes a night.
They have been the Cinderella story of these World Juniors, Dave, and the Germans in uncharted territory at the quarterfinals for the very first time.
Yes, undermanned and overmatched for Germany. And early in this tournament, due to the COVID, their coach Tobias Eistrater came up with a statement, "Why not us?" In fact, he had T-shirts made up for their players to wear to remind them of what's possible. With 12 of their 14 goals scored through Stützle, Peterka, and Elias, that's a one line that's been on fire for them. For Russia, they've got a balanced scoring attack. 5 players have scored 2 goals each. So the real question or statement is, can a one-line German team beat a balanced scoring attack by the Russians? History is on Russia's side, medaling in 14 of the last 16 years. Let's see what Germany can do to change that.
Russia, a perfect 7-0 all-time at the World Juniors against Germany, but we've really never seen a German team quite like this one before at the World Juniors. We're getting all set for the first of 4 games on TSN. It's quarterfinal Saturday at the World Juniors.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Quarterfinal Saturday at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. 4 games on the slate. At the end of the day, 4 teams will be left in the hunt for gold. It starts with Germany and Russia. Officials for this game, the referees are Kyle Kowalski of Edmonton, Matthew Minetti of Verdun. The linesmen are Adam Harris of Hamilton and Brett Mackey of Surrey. Take a look at the netminders. In goal for Germany, it is Florian Bugel. He has stopped 53 of 60 for an .883 save percentage. He plays for Red Bull Academy in Salzburg. And Yaroslav Askarov, 83 of 91. He has faced .912 save percentage, a Nashville draft pick, and he plays KHL in St. Petersburg. Toby Abstreiter, second World Junior Championship for him. He's been an assistant coach with the World Championship team and the Deutschland Cup team. And Igor Larionov, his first IIHF event as a head coach. He was an assistant last year. 921 NHL games played for Larionov.
Hold tight here, fellas. All right, good luck, have fun, work hard.
Russia and Germany. Quarterfinal Saturday is underway. Lutzel for Germany, who puts this out to center ice. Podkolzin will play it back in for Russia, hits a leg, and a carry him out to center ice. Kuznetsov is on it, and he'll rattle this into the Germany zone, but it comes all the way around the boards, and Cheka will go back for it. Early player change for both teams. With the early start, not a surprise that we get some early changes. The coaches may want to try and get everyone into this game as early as possible with the 10 a.m. start. Chichikov will send this in. Zimmerman tries to chop it up the boards. Groshev trying to work it back to the blue line, does. On it is Chichikov. Tried to drive it down low, hits a leg, and Karen's up at center. Elias for Stutzla. Stutzla trying to come cross ice with J.J. Peterka. 8 goals in the tournament, or in his career in World Junior competition for Peterka. He is now the all-time goal leader for Germany in World Junior competition. Groshev winds his way to center. Peterka trying to take the puck away, gets sent in deep. Zuber is back for it. Groshev in the corner on the loose puck. Plays it back at the line. Beachcroft with the wrister. That goes off the leg. And this will carry him all the way back into the Russian zone. Chasing it back there, Kneziev. Kneziev, the long lead pass. This will get redirected in. Afanasyev goes in after it. Afanasyev at the line. Wrist shot. That doesn't get through. And grabbed off and cleared back in behind the net by Szymanski. Centered up front, off the leg, comes all the way back to the line. And this will slip back into the Russian zone. Russia on the regroup early in this one. Bierstock gets to center, gets it to the line, tried to slip that in on and off the stick of Safonov, and cleared back down the ice by Germany, and this will be an icing call.
Well, there's the German bench, and the jersey up there is German player Jakub Borzecki, and we know about the trials and tribulations that the Germans went through with respect to the COVID-19 protocols and players that had to stay in quarantine. Well, Jakub Borzecki is the one player that's had to remain in quarantine throughout the course of these World Junior Hockey Championships, and they're just paying tribute to a really good young player for this German team that would definitely be helping them on the ice. So we're recognizing Jacob, and even though he can't be on the ice with the players, you know, he's certainly not far from their hearts and minds.
Some North American roots to Borzecki, born in Syracuse, New York. His dad played for Rimouski in the Quebec Junior League, spent some time in the American Hockey League, some time in the ECHL, then went over to Germany to play pro. And unfortunate for young Jakub Borzecki. Amirov plays this back at the line. Mohamedoulan with the slap shot off the shin pads of Albert. And this will slide all the way back, and Mohamedoulan, the New Jersey draft pick, will hustle back for it.
You see, he saw a shot block, and you know, Germany can look at the Czech-Russia game as an example. Okay, this is a template that we could use. If they're going to push the puck back to the points and just fire away, Germany can get into those shooting lanes and just get into a shot-blocking mentality.
There's a turnover. Kniseyev with the loose puck. And there's a long wrist shot grabbed and held as Reisnecker lets the wrister go.
There's some Russia fans joining us. Virtual fan club. 8 o'clock in Moscow in the evening on January 2nd. So it's prime time on Saturday night for all these youngsters. I was talking to Igor Larionov this morning, the head coach, and he said, it's a great opportunity for the boys. And he referenced the boys to be able to be on TV nationally in Russia. He goes, they'll be excited about having that opportunity.
And the numbers for that World Junior Championship final last year between Russia and Canada, the numbers in Russia, they were terrific in Canada, but they were unbelievable in Russia as well, as 36 million viewed that contest. In across the line, Groshev, the shot, gets a couple of whacks at it. And Bugel down on the near side makes the save and hangs on.
It's a nice right pad save by Bugel, but a penalty ensues on the play. It's a great play by Ponomarayev through the neutral zone. A backhand pass to the streaking Groshev, and Groshev not only gains the position, there's a little backhand pass, and Groshev can really skate. And the save by Bugel, but the penalty by the German defender.
So Russia to the power play, a power play that is 4th best in the World Junior Championship, running at 36.3%. 4 power play goals on 11 power play opportunities. Kirsanov plays it back at the line, and the shot by Kniseyev doesn't get through. Up in the air, where is it? Comes down in the corner. First power play opportunity of the game, Podkolzin plays it in behind the German net. Zimmerman is on it, and Zimmerman will send Russia back on the power play. Russia has already accomplished something in this tournament that teams have not been able to accomplish for a long time. They ended Sweden's winning streak at 54 in preliminary round competition, but that's not the accomplishment they came here for. Alberg on the loose puck and chops it down the ice. Germany's penalty kill, they've killed 11 of 17 coming into this one for 64.7 success rate. Mohamedulin skates it down low, drops it back at the line. Gritsuk lays it down the corner. Safonov sends it around back at the line. Chichikov. Mohamedulin sends it cross ice, one-timer save made, and Bugel will hang on.
Perfect goaltending by Bugel. The play starts at the left wing. Hash gets up high across, and he just moves perfectly over in perfect position. Playing catch at the park.
Kuznetsov and Szymanski.
Power play for Russia, though. Got to be really much quicker moving the puck. Tighten up your space, because you make it too easy on the goaltender to be able to get in position.
Amirov plays it back at the line. Comes near side. Kirsanov with the cross-ice pass. Intercepted and deflected away. And now cleared back, but this will make its way out at center ice, and Kirsanov will backtrack. Kirsanov takes the drop pass from Podkolzin. Plays it back at the line. Kniseyev. Podkolzin, it gets away from him. One shot on the power play as Flata makes his way out of the penalty box for Germany. Rister and Askarov had to be quick on that to get the blocker up. Zuber to the front of the net. Zuber. Pass goes all the way far side. Misses J.J. Peterka. Peterka after it in the corner. He'll chase this down. Peterka, Stützle, and Elias. A terrific line here for Germany, and they are out there now. Amirov tried to get the wrist shot through. That got blocked by Rabbit. Amirov stays on it. Kuznetsov takes the pass at the line. Puts this back in behind the Germany net. Poked away there by Raba. Both these teams missing players because of suspension. Justin Volek, who took the high sticking penalty or the cross-checking penalty for Germany late in the game against Switzerland, is suspended. And Mikhail Abramov is also suspended for a game for a slew foot. In behind the Germany net. Glutzel trying to tie his man up. Comes to the line for Cheka. Cheka's shot goes off the body in front. And it's sent up at center ice and right back in for Germany. Dubé chases this down into the corner. Spiridonov gets there first for Russia. Spiridonov, the only right-handed shot in the Russian lineup, will send this in, and then he'll turn and head to the bench on the line change. Quarterfinal Saturday underway. Sharp angle shot. Afanaseyev from the edge of the circle. Save made. And we'll get a stoppage in play. Russia, Germany, scoreless here in Edmonton.
Well, Tim Stützle, when the puck's on his stick, he's dangerous, and the shot off the outside of the post. Askarov reaching for it with his glove. One of the areas where Askarov has struggled in this tournament is up high. He's gone down. We've seen some pucks off the top of the crossbar, some pucks that have gone in, but all in all, that's an area that if you're Germany, specifically Stützle and Peterka, who can hit those spots, you got to be looking for them, because he's dropped down and he's made himself vulnerable up high, and for a big goaltender, it's not what you want to be doing. And Stützle can hit any spot on the net. Been a lot of talk about his tape job. You see his tape job there? It's creative. Just let it be. Why does he have to tape his stick like everybody else tapes his stick? Oh, I know. The guys with magic hands just don't question what they do.
Nice little design there. Jan Nienhuis, number 11 for Germany in his first game of this tournament. There's a number of players for Germany in their second game only. Greg talked about it at the top of the show. They played the first two games with 9 forwards and 9 skaters, or 14 skaters, 9 forwards, 5 defensemen. Panamuria takes it out at center ice, and this will bounce off a stick and up and out of play. And we say hello to everyone in Germany.
6 o'clock in the evening in Germany when this game started, so you got to be excited, German hockey fan, to watch your team compete for the first time in the playoff round at the World Junior Hockey Championship. But 2018, Dennis, in Pyeongchang, Korea, Germany and Russia played for the gold medal at the Olympic Games. And an overtime goal by Kirill Kaprizov, the really young, bright, upcoming.
There's a chance in front of the net. All tied up was Enrique Morales. Germany forced Russia to overtime in that game before Russia did come up with the overtime winner. Our World Junior Virtual Fan Club, as we take you to the countries that are participating in this tournament. The fan reaction from them. Igor Larionov in behind the bench for
Team
Russia.
number 5, minor penalty tripping.
And Cheka will go to the penalty box for tripping.
He got turned around a little bit here on Schumacher. Ended up tripping him, and now Germany will get a chance on the power play. Here's that chance across. Really good defensive play. Coming back deep to break it up. Could have been a tap-in.
Russia's penalty kill, 91.6%, but the interesting, here's a shorthanded chance from Moravin, scores! Ponomaryov gets the break and scores shorthanded, and Russia has the early lead.
Great play in the defensive zone by Russia. They have the puck on the left wing boards in the defensive zone, and quickly on the backhand over to back off, and then Ponomaryov has already broken away. Just brilliant. You can see Ponomarev taking off, but what a play off the boards. First by Bardakov, and that puck wasn't on Shesterkikov's stick for very long. There it is, 1-0.
Third of the tournament for Ponomarev, a Carolina draft pick. The interesting numbers for Russia shorthanded. Last year, they were shorthanded 36 times, most in the tournament. This year, only shorthanded 13 times now with the penalty to Cheka. They have been far, far more disciplined in this tournament. Kirsanov with the steal in the corner.
That is such a fantastic play, though, because everybody has to read it. Shesterkikov gets open into the middle of the ice, and he just, in one motion, hits the streaking Ponomarev and makes no mistake going in on Bugel.
Ponomarev from Chichikov and Bardakov. The scoring play for Russia on the shorthanded goal and a 1-0 lead. Peturka's cross-ice pass. That got deflected away by Bashkarov. And he'll send it down the ice, and Bugel will leave it. Grabbed off by Knip. Simon Knip, #1 in this tournament in average per game ice time at 28 minutes and 43 seconds. There was a German defenseman that led the way last year in that department as well. That'd be Moritz Seider. Peturka walks it in, doesn't shoot it. Peturka plays it back at the line. Zimmerman, who had the overtime goal on a power play in the overtime win over Slovakia. Quick lead pass, and Kuznetsov trying to get a shot away, but deflected away from him. And Zimmerman will park in behind his own net. Germany 2-2 in the preliminary round. No shots on the power play for Germany. Dubé had this get away from him in behind the net. Kneziev, the long lead pass. Gets played around the boards. Ponomarev couldn't handle a bouncing puck and is cleared back. And Szymanski will send it in, and we'll get player changes. Chichikov takes it back in behind his own net. He'll park there as Russia recruits. Chichikov, a Nashville pick. Nashville with 3 drafted players in this game. Toronto with 3 players on the Russian team as well. Russia controls, shot to the short side, wide of Bugel. Veniseyev after it in the corner. Leaves for Cheka at the line. Cheka sends this to the front of the net, deflected, and off a stick and up and out of play. Short-handed goal. Ponomarev. Russia up 1-0.
Here's the break here by Ponomarev. Little fake with the shoulder, and then he goes forehand, and Bugel has no chance. Here's an excellent back check by Stützle, but Zimmerman also under the stick. So Stützle skating hard. Zimmerman with a really good stick to disrupt the play and poke the puck out of harm's way.
4th shorthanded goal, by the way, that Germany has given up in this tournament. Back at the blue line, Rister through some traffic by Kirsanov. Let's sail wide. Blitzel for Germany. Looking to skate it out of his own zone. Finds a little bit of room. Kirsanov lost his footing and fell in behind the play. And Kirsanov takes this in behind his own net for Russia. The real Kirsanov. Eligible for the 2021 draft. Amirov hits the line, a Toronto draft pick. Podkolzin, a Vancouver draft pick. Amirov had that get away from him in front of the net, and Alberg will play it up at center. Lead pass just beyond the reach of Dubé. And Askarov will come out and play it out at center. Podkolzin hits the line. Dubé there to take that loose puck away. Munzenberger sends it up to the line no further. Podkolzin plays it back in. Munzenberger after it again. And he will send this in and head to the bench on the line change.
Shesterkiv wearing the full face mask. He got a high stick during the Swedish game.
That's why he's wearing the full face mask in this one. Didn't affect his vision at all on that first goal. Perfect pass.
Ian Hoos lost it at center. Grosha back in for Russia. Zuber plays it back into the near corner. No one there. Omarayev on the loose puck. Back to the line. Richter, that never got through. Hit a leg. And Schwager back for Germany. Hits the line, sends it in. Skarab will come up, plays it away from Schwager. All the way back to the left point. Knip is there to save back down to the corner. But Kuznetsov on it quickly. Kuznetsov up for Groshev. Groshev got rubbed out in the corner. Good play there by Glutzel. And Schumacher. Or Szymanski. Szymanski's pass off a stick. Glutzel will try it again. And Glutzel will lift this back up at center and back into the Russian zone. And Kirsanov turns it right back the other way. Kirsanov. Bastyarov chases this into the corner. Tries to get it back to the line. Sharp angle try by Fenisseyev. Makes its way all the way back at the line. 1-0 Russia on a shorthanded tally. Slap shot from the blue line. Kneziev driving that one through. And now bounced all the way down the ice and an icy call coming up against Germany.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
1-0 Russia. Germany finished 9th last year after 4 years in D1. And they've come all the way to being 3rd in the A pool this year. So some success for Germany at the World Junior level. Beat Kazakhstan last year in relegation. Tim Stützle, by the way, if you go back to Fuset in 2018, the tournament where they advanced to Ostrava, going 5-0, Tim Stützle did not play in that tournament. He was injured. He was the youngest player there, but he did stay with that junior team for the entire tournament. And they won there. On to Ostrava for last year, won the relegation, and here to Edmonton for this year, and they'll be back next year because there is no relegation this year. The same 10 teams will be back. Elias on the backhand, plays it to the backside. Stützle had his stick lifted, and he was all tied up in Amirov. We'll start back. Huzadinov, back for Amirov to the front of the net, cleared. Huzadinov intercepts, and a floater from the high slot, grabbed and held by Bugel. Russia up 1-0 here in period 1. Time now for Gear Up with Skip the Dishes. Today we look at our ENG camera operators, Ryan Vardy, George Hupka, and Dave Cobra Parker, here gathering all the sound bites you hear during the tournament. They do a terrific job. Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada.
And as you know, Dennis, ENG camera stands for Electronic News Gathering. Those 3 guys work some of the longest hours, haul around a ton of equipment, and do it all with a smile on their face. A big thank you to 3 awesome teammates.
Just a great crew here in Edmonton. Bubble life has been interesting, to say the least. Be another chapter in the book. Dubé slaps this up the boards, just not a lot of room there, and now Alberg is on it. Up for Weisnecker. Back for Dubé. Dubé drops it off in the corner, and on it is Alberg. Looking for a lane, lets a long shot go wide of the net, off the sideboards. Grabbed off by Maxim Groshev. Plays it back into his own zone. Bichkov will play it back in behind his own net, and grabbed off there by Cheka. Daniil Cheka spent the past 2 seasons with Guelph in the OHL after the 17-18 years playing minor hockey in Toronto. Knip will get taken to the backboards by Fierstoff. Knip gets some help from Szymanski. And then he gets played around by Munzenberger, or rather Glutzel. Glutzel trying to jam this up the boards, intercepted. Fierstoff had it get away from him. Kept in at the blue line by Kneziev. Sends that to the front of the net. Traffic in front of Bugel. Centered from the corner by Knirsov. And back to the blue line it comes. Kirsanov Sends it in behind the net. Safonov back to the blue line. Wrist shot. That changed directions in front. And put off the boards. Schrager was waiting for it. Never did get to him. And it's back up at center for Kirsanov. 18 years of age, eligible for this upcoming draft. Cleared back at a regroup now for Russia. Kneziev. Kuznetsov will play it back. Kuznetsov gets the return pass. Came to the front of the net. Amirov took a whack at it. Zimmerman is there to clear it. Stützle couldn't get a stick on that. And it's kept in at the line by Chichikov. Near side, Mohamedulin with the long wrister off the shin pad and wide. Munzenberger trying to jam it ahead, does. Comes up at center, Elias. Tried to get that through it, could not. And Russia right back in with Podkolzin.
Nice play by Zimmerman. Podkolzin, who's really powerful, turns the corner and wants to get to the net, but Zimmerman stays perfectly with him. Pushes him off the puck.
1-0 Russia on the shorthanded goal. Raba in a battle in behind his own net. Raba stripped with a puck. Gritsik. Raba after him. Dished off, no room. Never did get to Bashkirov. Bashkirov after it on the far side. And taken there and cleared. And this will end up in the German bench. And a stoppage in play.
Igor Spiridonov, the only right-hand shot on the Russians, but the puck comes in here, gets a stick free, gets a little bit of it on the puck off that shot. There's a nice little play, and then Mario Zimmerman against that puck. Podkolzin has his mind up. That's just a really nice play by Zimmerman to disrupt Podkolzin.
Podkolzin a couple of goals and 4 points in this team. The captain of the Russian squad had 17 shots on goal coming into this game to lead Russia in that category. A Vancouver first-round draft pick back in 2019. Bardakov on for Kirsanov, and offside is called at the blue line as we are into the final 27.3 seconds of period one.
You know, we were talking about Germany earlier. So Germany finds their way into the April. Last year, they finished 9th. They knock out Kazakhstan, right? And now here they come back a year later. They return players. They come back with a better understanding of the quality of competition, the demands, and they finish 3rd in their pool, and they're playing in their first quarterfinal. And that's progression. And by having the teams and the players come in and participate and understand what they're up against, is going to help their development. There's a perfect example of it right here with Germany.
And missing some players still.
Yeah.
And Chichka would have been their starting netminder. Lucas Reichel, you mentioned him.
And we talked about Borzecki, who hasn't been able to play.
Correct.
I mean, he'd be a good player in the forward group.
But they are down just by 1 here as we near the end of period number 1 in Edmonton. Quarterfinals get underway. And the first period does come to an end. The shots 8-3 in favor of Russia. Vasily Ponomaryov with a shorthanded tally for Russia. The only goal of that opening period. Laura Dyken and Dave Tomlinson up next.
The NFL regular season wraps up tomorrow, and there are playoff spots on the line up for grabs. The action gets underway with a slate of early afternoon matchups beginning at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific on CTV and TSN, Canada's home for the NFL. First intermission here, Laura and Dave inside the Edmonton bubble, and with Russia and all this talent, 18 draft picks on this roster and the waves that it can do with the lines and the damage that it can make, The first goal coming shorthanded. What happened to Germany here?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Russia did their homework, and they know that the Germans do a 1-3-1 on the power play, meaning there's only one defenseman back. But if that defenseman gets stuck on the boards, there's a break. So watch your screen. Ponomarev realizes that if he breaks, there's going to be nobody there to get him. Tim Stützle's on the far side, and this is a breakaway from center ice in. Nice individual move. They're all left-hand shots, and they're able to put that one in there. So Germany, in a situation like that, they need somebody to support up higher or not have that defenseman get stuck along the boards.
Russia rolling out 4 strong lines, a threat to score every single time that they're on the ice. But you've noticed something with the German formation when it comes to their defensive setup.
Yeah, especially in the neutral zone, the Germans want to be very patient, and they, in the neutral zone, are doing a 1-2-2. The first player, all his job is to steer. They'll allow this first pass, and here comes the steering towards the boards. Igor Larionov wants his team to be elegant and to make plays into the offensive zone. The Germans are forcing the Russians to dump the puck and go chase. That's not to their benefit. The Russians would prefer to be able to stick handle into the zone, and Germany is just waiting back.
Russia with the shots advantage there, 8-3 in the first period. Goal advantage as well, as it's 1-0, but I think the Germans have to be pretty happy with how that first period went. They are still within striking distance, especially with all the weapons they have on their team. Tim Stützle has been a star at these World Juniors, which is music to Sens fans' ears. We'll get an inside look at what draft night was like for him next.
Time now for the World Juniors high performance fueled by Gatorade.
Turn it over. Now Dylan Cousins in, shoots, scores! Dylan Cousins fires it home, and once again, Canada strikes early. Cousins drives the bus again. Canada's up 1-0.
Pickrell trying to draw it around, does! Renner hits the save. Nice move there.
Jack Quinn lets it high in the air. Busting in, Peltier with a chance and a pad save made by Piernan. What a play that was.
Back up for Baranek. Luzik heading to the front of the net. Loves it down. Score! Pickrell. This line's been good.
Zegras plays it across. Johnson walks in, scores! Ryan Johnson makes it 3-0, Team USA.
Here's a look at the scoring leaders heading into quarterfinal Saturday. 3 Germans, bit of a surprise, making up the top 5, including the Sens draft pick, Tim Stützle. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. And it has been a very important couple of months for Tim Stützle, not only his performance here inside the Edmonton bubble, but also being drafted into the NHL. We're going to show you a quick little snippet here of a documentary that was done in German with subtitles following Tim's journey on draft night before he was named the Sens' 3rd overall pick by the late, great Alex Trebek.
To make the 3rd selection in the 2020 NHL draft, the Senators have enlisted the services of a special guest who also happens to be a graduate of the University of Ottawa.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy! Our category today is the NHL. Here is the clue for you. With the 3rd pick in the 2020 NHL draft, the Ottawa Senators choose this player. The correct response? Who is Tim Stützle? Yeah.
Wow.
That's sharp.
Ich hab dich lieb. Ja. Ciao. Danke mal.
Freust du dich?
Ja, sehr.
Papa! Papa muss auch noch kommen. Papa!
Wo ist der? Der David kommt am Feiern. Was machst du jetzt? Ich will feiern. Ich will jetzt hier nicht Fotos. Alles gut. Geil. Nein. Ja, genau, ist top. Super. Ich glaube, es kann mich eigentlich gar nicht besser. Bei mir ist alles super. Ich bin super happy, dass jetzt alles geklappt hat. Ich denke, das ist eigentlich das Beste, was mir passieren konnte. Ich hatte auch viele Meetings mit denen davor, kommen super rüber, sind gerade im Rebuild. Deswegen eigentlich das, was am besten für mich ist, denke ich, wo ich auch wahrscheinlich die höchste Wahrscheinlichkeit habe, dann so schnell wie möglich auch zu spielen, was auch mein Ziel ist. Und ja, war einfach ein super toller Abend bis jetzt und ich hoffe, dass ich jetzt auch bald mal wieder reingehen kann zu den Jungs und zu meiner Familie. Natürlich.
Signaling a new era for the Senators organization. Well, for the first time at these World Juniors, 4 quarterfinals are all in the same building, all on the same day. Canada and the Czech Republic later today, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Our coverage begins there. Well, the Russians striking first in the first period, coming shorthanded. 1-0 your score, heading into the second.
Russia with the 1-0 lead. Vasily Ponomaryov with the shorthanded tally, his 3rd goal of this World Junior Championship, the 4th shorthanded goal that Germany has given up. Chechikov and Bardakov with the assists. The shots are 8-3. The shot attempts in that opening period were 25-6 in favor of Russia, and Germany had 9 blocks, but a pretty good period for Russia.
It was a good period for Russia, and Vasily Ponomaryov was really terrific, obviously getting a goal, but he's a smart player. And imagine having a discussion with one of the smartest players that ever played, Igor Larionov. But nice little backhand pass to Groshev. And then at the top of your screen, he recognizes there's an opportunity. And off he goes. No mistake. The one mistake being made is my throw.
I was wondering where that bird that was flying around ended up.
All right, boys, sticks down. Snoop.
1-0 Russia with the lead as the second period gets going. Alberg on the forecheck, cleared away. Podkolzin will chase this down at center. Chips it in deep, and Gedip will go back for Russia. Kuznetsov in the pursuit of that loose puck, but Kolzin there as well. Grabbed off by Reisnecker in his 2nd game of this tournament. Played up at center. Reisnecker's after it, deflected away from him. And Russia back with Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov off the near side boards. Pass beyond the reach of Fierstad, but good hustle by Fierstad to get there and negate the icing call. Bardakov plays it back at the blue line, and the long wrister from Chechikov grabbed and held by Bugel. So Russia with the shorthanded tally in the first. Russia ranked number 2 in the world, and of course lost in the gold medal final last year to Canada. Had the lead in the 3rd, 3-1 early. And then Canada stormed back for the gold medal win. Long shot from the line, that's turned away by Bugel. Deflected up at center. Peterka tried to carry it in. Peterka gets it back from Zimmerman. Wrist shot by Peterka, and that went off a stick, and that goes wide.
Nice little deflection there by Shakir Mukhamadullin, the 1st-round pick in New Jersey. And Peterka, you got to be alert when you're out on the ice, and Mukhamadullin gets right out there, good stick, deflected out of harm's way, because Peterka can score from that spot.
18 draft picks in this game for Russia. 3 for Nashville, 3 Toronto. Minnesota has a pair. San Jose a pair. New Jersey a pair. Shot in front of the net for Stützle. Save made. Starov. Stützle had a point-blank chance. Peterka's after it. Peterka gets knocked down, and a penalty coming up. Kirsanov takes Peterka down, and Russia will go to the penalty box for the second time in the game.
Team Russia number 20, minor penalty for tripping.
Tim Stützle getting a look at the scoreboard, trying to see the replay. It's an excellent read by Askarov. Coming off the goal line. It's off the faceoff and a little backhand pass there by Elias. Then Elias has another chance at the open net and sends it wide. What an opportunity for Germany to tie this game up.
Stützle coming into the game with 18 shots on goal, leading Germany in that department. Stützle, the Ottawa draft pick. So Germany 0 for 1 back on the power play. Stützle takes it to the outside, puts on the brakes against Spiridonov. Spiridonov comes up with the loose puck. Spiridonov short-handed, and Bugel snares that and hangs onto it.
So what led to this penalty to Kirsanov? There he is reaching in and gets a stick right under the skates of Peterka, and this is the shorthanded opportunity. Real good again, strong back check by Stützle. There's the play by Elias. I mean, the whole open net sends it right through the crease.
Germany has scored 14 goals in this tournament. Stützle has 5, Peterka 4, Elias 3. So 12 of the 14 have come from that one line. In fact, 28 of the 38 scoring points in the tournament for Germany have come from that one line. Now, keep in mind, some of the players did not play the first 2 games of this World Junior Championship. Deflected away from the front of the net. Reisnecker got the stick knocked out of his hand. And now a backhander gets pitched into the benches, and we'll get a stoppage.
Pitched into the benches, the key word there is benches, because if that goes out of play, you know, Germany ends up with a 2-man power play. You know, Tim Stützle, that great scoring chance. Askarov made a really good, quick read on it to close down the net. Stützle's so confident, you know, he believes that he's going to score every time he has a quality chance. So you're watching him, he's looking up at the scoreboard, trying to see what went wrong. Always assessing.
The pass for Peterka was in his skates. Peterka trying to corral it, can't. Cleared up through center ice. Kneziev, and right back into the Russian end. 10 seconds left in the man advantage here for Germany. Stützle tried to play that down low for Alberg, and that was intercepted and cleared, and that'll do it for the power play. Second straight power play without a shot on goal for Germany. Elias turned it over, Podkolzin. Back for Kuznetsov, left pad save. Podkolzin backdoor, and that got tipped away. Back for Podkolzin. Tried to get that in behind the net for Amirov. Amirov trying to poke it away from Rava. And it's up on the right side, taking it center. This will get sent in, but it's going to be an icing call as Nienhuis on his own side of center when he dumped it in.
Vasily Podkolzin shows you how you have to pass the puck. Here's the turnover, but Podkolzin gets himself set. This is NHL passing. And Rodion Amirov banging a stick. That's great, letting everybody know where you are. It's his responsibility to finish that play, because that's how you have to pass the puck at the National League level. Podkolzin delivers it perfectly. And for Amirov, you know, those are the plays you're going to have to take advantage of, especially when you're in Toronto playing with the likes of Mitch Marner and Tavares and Nylander and Matthews. They're going to set you up for those plays, just like Podkolzin did.
Kobot back for Germany, and another penalty.
Chestikov got the stick up.
So we talked about Russia's discipline this year compared to last year. And we're not to the midway mark of this game yet.
2 minutes, high sticking.
And it is the 3rd time in the game that Russia is going to be shorthanded. Semyon Chechnikov, a Nashville draft pick, plays in Omsk, the KHL.
Ilya Kovalchuk just signed with Omsk.
Backhanded down into the German zone, and Germany on the regroup. Power play that has been good for Germany coming into this game. Third best in the World Junior Championship at 38.1% coming into the game, but unable to get anything going here against Russia. Zimmerman puts on the brakes. Todd pulls it in on the forward check. Albert, Zimmerman. Zimmerman plays it back for Albert. Cross ice feed. And a one-timer from Reisnecker. Goes off the heel of his stick, and another clear. Zimmerman parks in behind his own net. Russia beat Germany 6-1 last year in the preliminary round. A little more on the line today. It is quarterfinal Saturday here in Edmonton. Peterka gets tied up by Mohamedulin, and this gets cleared. Stutzla winds it up. Stutzla finds some room with that speed. Tim Stutzla takes it to the outside, tries to settle it down in the corner, runs out of room. Safonov couldn't clear, kept in. Ganip for Peterka, and Askarov got the right pad down on that. Stutzla on it again. Ganip, Peterka, and Peterka rattled that one over top the net. Now some offensive zone time for Germany with the man advantage. Albert tried to get it back to the line. Ganip hustled across, but it does come outside the center. Stutzla on it again. Power play over. One shot on that man advantage. Stutzla takes it to the outside. Stutzla gets dumped on the play. Kneziev takes him down, but play goes on. Puck is bounced up at center. And back in for Chechnikov. Spins this around the boards. Safonov couldn't catch up to it. Kuznetsov in from the line. Centering pass is intercepted. And this is cleared. And back down the ice by Peterka.
Nice play by Jan Kuznetsov. Staying right on Krobot. No opportunity to find any room.
Kuznetsov with that long lead pass. Enrique Morales got a piece of it to deflect it away. Back in for Krobot. Askarov will snap it up the boards. Bump there as Kirstov got bumped off the puck. Sent back deep in by Nienhuis. Nienhuis trying to block that pass at center, could not. Kirstov to the left side, shot, left pad save made by Bugle. And some room off that left side for Bardakov. Nienhuis carries it back in. Zimmerman at the line. Zimmerman the shot. That hit a body in front. Mohamedulin on the loose puck and plays it back for Chechnikov. He'll spin it back for Mohamedulin. Sent up at center for Podkolzin. Back for Chechnikov and back for Mohamedulin. Kuznetsov corrals it on the near side. Kuznetsov will dish it off. Amirov. Back near side. Kneziev. Kneziev carrying in, goes to the backhand. Being watched by Raba. Raba on the loose puck, trying to flip it out. Could not. Kneziev plays it back at the blue line. Kuznetsov takes that return pass, chips it down low. Into the slot, the shot, and a save made off of Amirov. And a stoppage. It remains 1-0 Russia. Tangerine Raptors basketball continues Friday as the Raptors tip off against the Kings. Coverage begins 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on TSN. Sweden and Finland, our second game here. That'll be a 1:30 local start. Canada and Czech Republic will follow that. And the United States and Slovakia will close out the day. 4 teams will remain after today comes to an end. Stutzla down low after a puck cleared away. Shot scored! A turnover, and Danil Bashkirov will give Russia the 2-0 lead.
Really nice pass by Igor Afanasyev. Bashkirov moves right into that slot area. And quick release. Doesn't give Bugel a chance to get a read on it, but the puck turns back. And there's the stick coming back on the turnover, disrupting the play. And right off the puck coming down to Afanasyev from Gritsuk. Quick touch pass right back into the slot to Bashkirov. And the quickness of that play, Bugel's got to be looking to his left. And then the puck quickly comes to the front of the net. And that's just enough to open up the net for Bashkirov to put it in.
First of the tournament for him in his first major IIHF event. Plays for the UFA team in the KHL. Chichikov winds it up out of his own zone, knocked away from him with Hamadulin. Slips it down the left side boards, icing waved off. Bonamaria in after a loose puck, but on it first is Munzenberger, bounces it to the line, kept in though by Russia. Bardakov spins it to the far side boards, and this is cleared. And it's a tip, so there will be no penalty on the play to Dubé.
As the puck comes around, Elias throws it back to Glotz, and Gritsuk makes an excellent read over there. And you see Bashkirov move into the picture, ready to get. There is the deflected puck over the glass. But Bashkirov makes that really good read, and Afanasyev right in one motion, quick touch pass. Bugel gets close, but not close enough.
As you mentioned, started with Gritsuk. He'll get the other assist on the play. And Russia with the 2-0 lead. Zuber back at his own end. Zuber, Szymanski trying to get that up for Nienhuis. Deflected away from him. Chayka has it get away from him, and it sends up in behind Askarov, taken by Bichkov. For Chayka. Chayka spins it on. No room up the left side for Groshev. Now for Chayka on the near side. And Chayka stopped at center. Safonov carries in on Ganip. Safonov spins it to the front of the net. Spiridonov had the chance, and that got deflected. And Muhammadulin will chase this back at center. For Chichikov. Germany changing, so a little bit of room now. Up the middle, Afanasyev to the front of the net. Shot comes from the left side. That may have tipped off the pipe. Back at the line, Chichikov for Amirov. Amirov with the long shot, blocked in front, and Glitzel will clear it. And Glitzel took that one off the hand or the arm, and he's a little shaken up. It has to stay out there. Russia with the 2-0 lead. Shot to the short side from Amirov, and that's turned aside. Controlled at the line. Kuznetsov. Back to the blue line. Kirsanov. Gets it back down low. Kuznetsov gets pinned to the corner boards, and now he'll turn and head to the bench on the line change. Podkolzin plays this into the high slot. Off the bench, and a quick shot from Bashkirov. Bashkirov. He watched closely by Schumacher. Now it's grabbed and intercepted. Henrik Morales plays this all the way down the ice, and Viskarov will drop it behind his own net. Kirsanov chips the backhander in. Viskarov after it in the corner. Getting dumped on the play was Gritsuk. And the puck ends up on the stick of Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to spring Elias away from him. And Kirsanov will take it and wheel back for Russia. Kusanov will drop it back. Afanaseyev back up at center. Kneziev turned it over at the blue line and back for Peterka. Tried to get that for Stützle. Intercepted at the Russia line, and Zimmerman will regroup for Germany. On for J.J. Peterka. Peterka to the line. He ripped the wrist shot. That just missed far side. Peterka with 4 goals and 10 points here in this tournament. Stützle turned it over, and a break for Fierstadt. Fells gets up and gets a chance. And now the net is off the peg, and we'll get a stoppage.
Tim Stützle is always trying to make a play. Well, in this case, Fierstadt recognizes it, but then he has the toe pick. Nice follow, though, by Bardakov. Gets it up and over the net. What a bad break for Fierstadt.
That darn blue line gets in the way.
Free and clear, thinking about what he's going to do, and catches an edge.
Chichikov being watched closely on the near side. Back to the blue line it comes. Chichikov with the wrist shot. Raba blocks that one. Chichikov plays it back to the blue line. No one there. And Groshev will have to hustle back for Russia. Long pass on the left side. Misses everyone. And a big hit on the far side as Albert stepped into his man.
There's Tim Stützle. The ability to make plays, the confidence to try things. That was a turnover, but there's no way that you're going to tell Tim Stützle not to be creative and try to take the initiative.
Leads all forwards in this tournament in ice time. Szymanski on the turnover, plays it down. Duke Schwieger back at the blue line. Gnip plays it back in for Schwieger. Szymanski off the corner boards, back for Gnip. Back for Szymanski, away from him. Chechnyuk will play this up the boards. Nienhuis back into his own zone. Long left wing pass. Schwieger lets the wrist shot go. And getting back was Kirsanov to get a stick on that. And another penalty coming. Germany with too many men on the ice.
Well, I think it was Russia.
Team Russia, minor penalty, too many men on the ice.
So it will be a power play for Germany, as Russia will go to the box for the 4th time in the game.
They call these wholesale line changes. The problem is there's about 1 too many, maybe 2 too many players out on the ice for Russia. You can count them up, 6 skaters. 1 just barely off the ice.
So Germany 0 for 3 with the man advantage. And now to work on the power play.
I'm from the Bill Belichick school. I would just check Stützle and just have somebody next to. Don't let him even get the puck. Any of those other guys want to beat you, go ahead. But I'm not letting number 8 beat me.
Gnip sends it through. Elias deflects it in. Askarov will snap it off the glass. Elias blocks it. Down for Stützle up top. Gnip. Back for Stützle. He'll play it back for Simon Gnip. Well, tried to. Ponomaryov got a stick to block it. Elias is on it. Kuznetsov wraps him up. Ponomaryov, who has a shorthanded goal in this game, turns it over to Stützle. Stützle for Gnip, and it was just beyond his reach. And Peterka will track this down. On for Elias, back for Albert. Albert poked off of his stick by Bardakov. And Zimmerman will turn back for Germany. Into the back half of the power play. Peterka puts on the brakes and sets up the man advantage. Zimmerman Back for Peterka. Alberg in front. Zimmerman near side. Stutzla. Stutzla the shot. That got blocked by Kuznetsov. And Kuznetsov then first on the loose puck. And he'll hammer it down the ice. Zimmerman back for it. In his first IIHF event. And across Weisdecker. As the power play comes to an end. Dubé plays it back to the right point, but no one there. And again, no shots on that power play. Stutzla had the one chance, and Kuznetsov blocked it. Trigger with the wrister. Iskarov to save. Rebound. Szymanski gets a couple of whacks at it. And Iskarov down, and he will hang on. Great chance for Germany. Joshua Szymanski with a rebound. It stays 2-0.
There's a look at Yaroslav Iskarov. Makes a really good save on this shot off the rebound, but he created his own problem. This is developmental for Iskarov. You get yourself set for the first shot, good save, but you can't just kick the puck back into the middle of the ice like that. So, you know, developmental for goaltenders, but Szymanski misses on the second shot, but Iskarov had to make that second save because he wasn't very sharp with directing that puck after the initial play.
Interesting numbers for him in St. Petersburg in the KHL. As we look at Szymanski, who had that chance of .96 goals against average, which is very impressive. Save percentage .962, and yet 4 wins and 3 losses. Back into the German zone it goes, and another icing call. As Bardakov thought he may have had inside position there, but play does get whistled down.
So in the NHL, there's the plays get directed to the front of the net, into that inner slot area. So if you're a goaltender that's going to leave pucks laying around and kick pucks back into there, you're going to create a lot of problems for yourself and for your team. If they don't score, you might have to get on the penalty kill if somebody's dragging somebody down. So for a goaltender to be neat and tidy and to get that puck out of harm's way, that's a significant part of Iskarov's development going forward.
Under 4 to go here in the second.
The KHL doesn't have those plays at the front of the net like the NHL will.
Shot blocked away by Iskarov. Munzenberger back at center. You've been to Novosibirsk?
I was.
That's where
1995 May.
Where the World Junior will be in a couple of years. Back in Edmonton and Red Deer next year. And then to Russia and then to Sweden. Sweden was supposed to host next year, but it will be back in Alberta again next year. Circling back, Kirill Kirsanov drops it back. Venesiev finds some room, plays it to the backside, comes off the corner boards for Venesiev. Shot from the line, trying to get a deflection on that was Gritsuk. Cleared up at center, and Stutzla back for Germany. Stutzla trying to get around Kuznetsov. Nothing doing there. The Calgary draft pick second rounder this past summer. Kuznetsov with a good defensive play. Back the other way, and Gritsuk with the wrister, and that's off a stick and up and down a play.
Well, trying to get around Jan Kuznetsov. I mean, 6'4". He uses his reach and his size so extremely well. Good skater. Tim Stutzla, he just works him into an area where Stutzla doesn't have any room to operate, and Kuznetsov closes him right off.
18-19, Kuznetsov played in the USHL in Sioux Falls. And in the last 2 years, University of Connecticut Huskies.
Think about this. As a 17-year-old freshman, second language is English, went to the University of Connecticut. This is an impressive young man.
Turned over at the blue line. And Muhammadulin first on the puck, sends it cross ice. Spiridonov dumps it in and takes a big bump right at the Russian bench as Blitzel stepped into him. Beachcroft into the slot area, deflected away. Gets held in at the line by Stefanov. Off the backboards, Podkolzin lets the wrister go, blocked it away. Right pad save made by Bugel off of Chayka. Podkolzin after it in the corner. Podkolzin back at the line for Beachcroft, back for Podkolzin. Throws it to the front of the net. Comes off the corner boards. Here's Nadinov. Chayka. Chayka back for Podkolzin to the goal line. Here's Nadinov back for Chayka. Amirov with the wrister. That's off the body. And this will get sent down the ice just to relieve the pressure as this line for Russia with some puck control in the offensive zone.
Here's Spiridonov. Makes a check here right in front of the net by Blotzel. Blotzel's a good size man and gets squished up there. No room to go, and there's only one thing that can happen is you do get squished. Seems to be just fine. Easy for me to say from here, right, Dennis?
Well, he's got the padding on, though, you know. One-timer attempt from Kirsanov. Misfired on that at the line. Now into the final minute of the period. Fierstoff with the wrist shot blocked in front, and this will get cleared back, and Fierstoff on it again. Fierstoff chips it through. Kneziev back for Fierstoff. Fierstoff trying to get a wrist shot away. He had two German players on him quickly, but it does not get out of the zone. Chechikov on for Bardakov. Ponomariev trying to work it out of the corner. Ponomariev plays it back for Bardakov. Bardakov lost it in his skates, but it does get kept in at the line. In front of the net, a redirect by Mukhamadullin, and the save made by Bugel.
Wow. Real nice play by Mukhamadullin, slipping in from the point and keep the play alive, and he just keeps following it in, and Ponomariev makes a nice little play to the stick. And
there's your shots, 18-11 in favor of Russia. As the final few seconds of the second period will tick off. This gets bounced out at center ice. 40 minutes in the books. Game 1 of 4 quarterfinal matches here in Edmonton. And Russia, one in the first shorthanded, one in the second here from Bashkirov. Skarov has made some good stops. And Russia with a 2-0 lead. Laura and Dave are up next.
Sophomore Slump, the new album from the Reclaws, available now. And Roots, the World Junior song, available everywhere you listen to music.
Looking for behind-the-scenes access to Team Canada, the 2021 IIHF World Junior Championship? Up-to-date information on the return to hockey across the country, great stories from the Hockey Canada community, and more? Well, you can visit hockeycanada.ca. 2 periods down, 1 more to go here between Russia and Germany in the quarterfinal, the first of 4 we have here on TSN. Dave and Laura back with you once again. And Dave, Russia running into some penalty trouble there in that second period, taking all 3 penalties, but the Germans unable to capitalize. So what have the Russians been doing to frustrate them so much?
Well, the Germans have really had trouble maintaining any sort of flair in the offensive zone. Russia is very aggressive with their penalty kill. So 13, Ponomariev, he's usually the high guy, working along the boards, not giving any breath to the Germans. Look at how low he is, and he's anticipating a free puck. If he can get there, he'll try to get it out. If not, just get back to an area, force them back to the wall. There's a cut back there, so no clean passes. And when it is put to the other side, the Germans just aren't connecting. Again, this is at the tail end of this power play that keeps going, and it's Russia who's getting all the momentum from these penalty kills. And Germany, there's Stützle, not even able to get a shot on net. So in a game where you thought that if Germany got some power plays, Germany did, 8 power play goals so far, but they've got nothing. Their power play is drowning right now.
The Russians have definitely read the scouting report. Peterka, Elias, and the Stützle line just totally clamped down. And as you said, the Germans had the most power play goals coming into this game, held off the board so far in this quarterfinal. Well, Canada finished the preliminary round with a perfect 4-0 record. When we come back, we'll start to look ahead to their quarterfinal tilt against the Czechs.
Comes Alex Newhook. Linsenberger, little backhand shot, scores. Cousins works in, little backhand shot, scores. You could see that coming from the moment Cousins picked up the puck. Canada wins its opener, 16-2. Messino drops it back, loud by the save, rebound, loose in front, Jordan Spence. Hook check there by Cousins. What a play. Lead pass, he finds Tomasino busting in, Tomasino in, scores! Canada hangs on, will run its record to 2-0. Back at the point is Drysdale, long wrist shot, scores! That was tipped in front. That would have been Byfield who got a piece of it. He's open again. We're into Byfield. Shoots, scores! That's a 5-point game for Byfield. And he's been fantastic today. Now Dylan Cousins in, shoots, scores! Dylan Cousins fires it home. Here's Schneider back with it. To Peltier, the home spot. Shoots, scores! Jacob Peltier snaps it home. And Canada will close out the round robin with a perfect 4-0 mark.
Canada, the only team to come out of the preliminary round with a perfect record, outscoring their opponents 33-4. Next up, the Czech Republic, and our coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern with the pregame show. Peyton Krebs found the back of the net in Canada's last game against Finland. Here he is with Mark Masters.
How would you describe the team's mindset heading into the knockout stage?
Yeah, I think honestly it's the same as every game. You know, we're coming in to win, and you know, we can't take the Czechs lightly for sure. Everything matters now, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Alex Newhook is 50-50 to play. If he doesn't, Connor Zary will be in that spot on that line with you guys. How does that change the dynamic for your line?
Yeah, I think obviously Newey's an unreal player, brings a lot of energy, but I think Zary also, you know, he's a top-end pick. I think you can't go wrong with either guy.
You had a chance to live with Mark Stone. He obviously has played at the World Juniors. Has he reached out during this process? Has he had any message for you?
Yeah, I think we've texted pretty much after every game. Just kind of giving me the odd tip here and there or whatnot. I love chatting with him, and no, he's been great for me. I think you know, definitely was a little bit intimidated going into Vegas for sure with all those studs, but he made it the transition a lot easier, and then obviously growing as a player and a person, it's been great.
Well, Dave, at the start of this tournament, we were expecting a battle in the crease to find out who Canada's starting goaltender would be. It's quickly become a one-man show. Devon Levi really taking hold of that spot, we're expecting his 5th straight start here today against the Czechs. What have you thought about his performance so far?
Well, he has been dialed in. And the thing about Devon Levi, he's only allowed 3 goals so far at the tournament. So let's take a look at them right here. And again, his positioning has been fantastic. He's been mentally sound. There's 1 goal that the Germans scored against him in 2 periods of work. Here's another one, that's Slovakia. And then this one from the Finns. Now, there's something in common on 2 of those 3 goals. They were deflected off Canadian sticks. That means out of the 61 shots he's faced, only 1 has beaten him clean. He is dialed in and giving Canada the goaltending they need to go far in this tournament.
On the flip side of things, when it comes to the Czech Republic, still trying to figure out who this team is. You know, a big upset over Russia we're seeing here right now, but lopsided defeats to both the Swedes and the U.S. What do they need to do to pull off this upset today?
Well, I tell you what, they've got to stop taking undisciplined penalties. And lots of players coming from a lot of different leagues here to play at the World Juniors. I don't care what league you play in. These are penalties. This is late in the pre-tournament game. There's a suspension. This is a hit against the boards. That is going to put you in the penalty box. The problem with the Czechs is that their power play is dried up. They've got one power play goal. That was in their first game, and their penalty killing has allowed 6 goals against. So special teams-wise, they are not looking good.
And Canada's power play has had its issues so far at this tournament, but everything was really clicking against the Finns. So Canada with a lot of momentum heading into this quarterfinal match against the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, in this one between Germany and Russia, Russia sporting 2 goals up 2-0 heading into the third.
1 goal in that second period. Danil Bastyarov at 8:27. 2-0 in favor of Russia. There's your shots, 10-8. And 18-11 after 2 periods, so Germany after just 3 in the first, but only 1 power play shot on 4 opportunities in this game for Germany. Craig, Russia's had 48 shot attempts. Only 18 have made it to the net.
Well, and there's a reason why only 18 have made it to the net, because Germany has been fully committed to getting into those shot lanes and blocking those attempts. You know, Ray Ferraro has an upset script. Good goaltending, special teams have to be good, and a lucky break or 2. But you also have to be committed to making sure that everybody is trying to prevent the shots from getting through. So they got the good goaltending in this game. The special teams have to be better, but their commitment to blocking shots and making it very difficult for Russia to get those pucks through has been excellent.
Toby Abstreiter.
Hold tight, hold tight. No, hold tight. We're good.
Behind the bench for Germany. It has been an interesting tournament for them. The why not us mantra. They've certainly had some adversity. Played short staff, but found a way to not only get to the quarterfinals, which was their goal coming here, was to get to the quarterfinals, which they did, but they finished 3rd in their pool. And just down 2-0 here to a very much favored Russia team early in the 3rd period. Kuznetsov tried to carry it in for Russia, bounced away from him, plays all the way down the ice, and will get an icing call against Germany.
That was Tobias Abstreiter. My nephew, Brendan, Montreal, he told me before the tournament started, he said, Germany will finish 3rd. And I said to him, I said, just give you a little bit of information. You know, they're only going to start tournament. He goes, I don't care. He says, they're better than Slovakia and Switzerland. Pretty sharp young man.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah. He pays attention. He runs hockey pools in the NHL playoffs. He's running a World Junior hockey pool.
Shot from the line doesn't get through with Hamadulin. Bardakov off the backboard, sharp angle try, comes back to the left point. With Hamadulin, another shot. Ponomaryov got a tip on that. Ponomaryov has won 11 of 13 faceoffs. Coming into this 3rd period, 84.6% success rate. He came into the game at a 63% success rate, so he's added to that. Deflected off the sideboards. Peterka tries to get a wrist shot through. Kirsanov deflects that away. Bastyarov will play it back into his own zone. Kneziev with some instructions from in behind his own net. Bastyarov in first to avoid the icing call. Afanaseyev jams it at the short side. And Bugel will grab it and hang on to it.
Igor Larionov, the Hall of Famer, the professor, as he is well known. So impressive, I mean, to come here and to coach the World Junior team. And I think back to Pat Quinn, who coached the 2009 Canada team, the gold medal. I mean, this is after he'd won an Olympic gold medal, after all his wins in the National Hockey League, after all the success of Igor Larionov and what he's done in his career. And for them to come and coach a team in junior and these young players, it's so impressive. We see a lot of the coaches coming up. But what about the coaches that go back? And I think with Pat Quinn and Igor Larionov, such a great benefit to the young players but so important to have their presence and their knowledge around the international game.
Well, we follow his NHL career so much, but you mentioned the international game. 3 Olympics, 6 World Championships, 3 Canada Cups, a World Cup, and 2 World Juniors for Larionov. So, and all those accomplishments in the National Hockey League.
And Pat won a U18 gold medal in Kazan with Team Canada in 2008. So, I mean, this is after all his success in the NHL, coming back to coach junior.
And you won't find 2 nicer people than Pat Quinn and Igor Larionov.
Well, and the connection is that Pat was the general manager in Vancouver when Igor Larionov came over to the National Hockey League with the Canucks.
Askarov with the glove save. There's Larionov.
I worked with his brother Evgeny. He was a longtime scout with the Dallas Stars. He was part of our group in 1999 that won the Stanley Cup. So the Larionovs were part of 3 consecutive Stanley Cups. 97, 98 for Igor, 99 with Evgeny.
Off the far side boards, Gritchuk will play it deep. Feniseyev, sharp angle try, that hit a leg. Kobot will chalk this out to center ice. And now right back in for Russia. And the late pass. Feniseyev will chase this down. And it's quickly bounced up at center ice. Peterka will carry back. Peterka tried to get that to the middle of the ice. Knocked off his stick. Elias lost it. Gets it back. Scores! Florian Elias has Germany on the board. Lost it. Got it back. And buries it for his 4th of the tournament.
Look at the German fans, excited. It's a nice play entering the zone by Peterka, but then Elias, as he comes off the bench, he stays on the play as he loses the initial opportunity. And then there he is, zipping it over. I talked about Askarov earlier, over the glove, up high. He ends up down low, and Elias takes full advantage, and 16:36, game on.
Coming into today's action, he was number 1 in face-offs taken. And has Germany on the board here with 16:20 to go in the 3rd period. Ponomarev takes a bump in the corner. Kirstov back to the blue line. Kirsanov tried to play it deep, doesn't get deep, and right back up the ice. Ooh, big hit. Zimmerman gets crunched right at the edge of the Russian bench. Kirsanov. Long lead pass. Podkolzin had it get away from him. Szymanski plays it back in behind the net. Kirsanov stuffs it on up the right side boards. Kneziev plays it out to center, and again it's turned over. Kneziev follows up on the play with a bump. Nienhuis, wrist shot, and that is gloved by Askarov, and he'll hang on to it.
For Elias. This is the rush by Peterka, and Elias is coming off the bench. He doesn't get the puck clean, but he stays right on it, steals it from Amirov, and then makes a beautiful shot past Askarov.
Sweden, Finland, our next game here in Edmonton, followed by Canada, Czech Republic, followed by Slovakia and the United States. Gritsuk. Back to the blue line, Bichkov. Back for Gritsuk. Gritsuk slides it on, Feniseyev. Back for Gritsuk. Gritsuk tried to get that out front, looking for Bashkarov. Deflected away, and Kobot will carry it down. Julian Kobot takes it wide. Trying to get this back at the blue line for Munzenberger. Gritsuk intercepts and starts right back. Gritsuk. Zimmerman forces him to the corner. Gritsuk plays it in behind the net. Russia completing the change. Bardakov after it. chopped away from him. Bardakov plays it back to the line. Mukhamadullin back for Bardakov. Bardakov drops it back. Fiersoff in from Mukhamadullin. Wrist shot block. Rebound. Good left pad save made by Bugel in tight. Chichikov works it in front of the net. Lets the wrister go. Knew he had a screen and knew he had some room. Missed the net and looked skyward. Peterka breaks it up. J.J. Peterka trying to bust in to tie the game. Save made. Askarov. Rebound. Bunsenberger had the chance and slipped it wide. Carried back in. Bardakov plays it into the corner. Elias trying to tie him up. It's high in the slot. And a wrist shot by Groshev. And that was wired wide. Stutzla plays it back. Grabbed off by Raba.
Russia has a tiger by the tail now.
And this will be an icing call. And the face-off to come all the way back into the German zone.
Bugel on the save on Mukhamadullin. Peterka had a really good chance here. He couldn't quite break free to his forehand. Mukhamadullin makes a really nice play with his reach, getting that stick over there and making sure he can't get to a better position.
And another stoppage. We've got a tilt, folks. 2-1, Russia with the lead here in the third. World Juniors on TSN keeps on rolling with more quarterfinal action in Finland, and Sweden will meet in our second game, battling for a spot in the semis. Coverage gets underway 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, exclusively on TSN. The future of hockey lives here, and if you want to talk about a rivalry in hockey, Finland and Sweden, that should be a good one. Long wrist shot by Amirov is gloved by Bugel.
There's the German goal scorer, Florian Elias. What a terrific play. You know, you're breaking in and you don't get the puck clean, but he stops right on the point there and able to create the turnoff. Amirov not very good with the puck in that spot of the ice.
Mukhamadullin, Afanaseyev lets the wrister go, and that is grabbed and held.
How about those numbers? Any doubt who the top line is for Germany? I mean, any doubt who the top line in the entire tournament is? Right there. They have been fantastic.
And if you look at the scoring in this tournament, they are right up there. Trevor Zegras, 13 points. Dylan Cousins, 11. And then Stutzla with 10. Peterka with 10. And Elias now with 9. Cleared up at center.
Elias again strong on the puck, finding a way to get it. He hounds the puck. He's determined and diligent. It's hard to stop on pucks. You know, you hear coaches talk about stopping on pucks. It's hard. It requires a lot of effort. Elias does exactly that.
Krieger trying to chop it up the boards. There's a battle in the German zone. Now 12 left to go in the third period. And Russia up by 1. Raba plays it around the boards in his own end. This gets flipped up at center. Venezia passes up at center. Just not a lot of room there. As again, Germany in on the forecheck now. Dubé with Schwieger. Dubé gets bumped off by Kniziev, and it's up at center ice. That last goal was Elias unassisted. Speaking of Elias, we talked about him coming in being the #1 faceoff guy. He has now taken over 100 faceoffs in this tournament for Germany in this game 5. And that line with 13 of the team's 15 goals. Amirov bounces this up at center. It bounces to the German blue line. Stutzel, or rather, Glutzel there to clear it. And Munzenberger will slide this in. Kuznetsov back for it. Kuznetsov 6'4", 220. The 18-year-old, the Calgary picked this last draft. Afanaseyev puts it in behind the net. Zimmerman is there. Zimmerman getting pressured by Gritsuk. Chechnikov off the bench, dumps it deep around the corner. Afanaseyev waits for it. Lays it back for Gritsuk. Chechnikov sends it back in deep. Gritsuk off the corner boards. Chechnikov from the line hammers it. And a glove save by Bugel.
Chechnikov had an opportunity earlier this period where he stepped right into the slot area, ended up shooting it wide. He did look skyward on that one. Here's the last shot. Gets it in, but not a real challenge there for Bugel because he doesn't have to worry about anything except the shot.
Loose puck cleared to the boards by Nienhuis. Bardakov looking to center it, comes off the skate at the line. Kirsanov drops it back. In from the right point, Denisev. And now stolen by Raba.
Red line.
Back up to center, cleared in by Zuber. Venesia sends it up at center for Podkolzin. Podkolzin looking for a little bit of room. Spiridonov heads to the bench on the change. Podkolzin gives way at the side of the net. And Ginnick will clear this back inside the Russian line. Snapped off the near boards for Amirov. Glutzel gets there first. Gets it back for Ginnick. Up for Reisnecker, and he'll deflect it in. Bichkov sends this down the left side boards. No one there. And now an icing call against Russia.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
Should see some shots on goal in the second game. Finland and Sweden are 1-2 in shots for in this tournament. Sweden 1, Finland 2. As they'll battle to advance to the semis. Munzenberger lets the shot go. That got blocked in front. Going down to his knees was Huzadina.
Red line.
Slipped back up at center, and now Peterka carries right back in. Peterka shot deflected. Elias got his stick on that, changed directions, and it finds the crossbar. Elias that close to tying this game up with his second. There, it's 2-1 Russia.
J.J. Peterka with a really nice play, and Elias going into that high slot, that high deflection, up and over the shoulder. We've seen that with Askarov time and time again, where pucks are beating him up over the glove, up over the shoulders. He got lucky there with the crossbar.
Bonamaria plays it in. And back up for Zuber. Hits the red line, snaps it in off the corner boards. Under 8 to go, third period. Chechnikov. Spiridonov, and Spiridonov plays it ahead for Bardakov. Bardakov. Bonamaria back in front of the net. Backhander by Spiridonov. And we have an injured player at the side of the German net. Raba slowly up and makes his way back to the bench. Kirsanov on for Podkolzin. Podkolzin takes it around the net. Zuber keeps an eye on him. Podkolzin drops it back for Mirov. Mirov to the backhand, to the forehand, swings it wide. Kneziev leaves it for Podkolzin. Centers shot, that went off the leg. Bugel may have got a piece of it in tight there. Here's Medinov. Chases it down behind the net. Plays it at the line. Under 7 to go here in the third in a one-goal game. Podkolzin drops it off in from the line. Kirsanov. Back for Amirov, away from him. Stutzla grabs it. Stutzla sends it in behind his own net. Zuber chops at it. Comes up the boards. Peterka trying to get a handle on it. Amirov controls. Afanaseyev plays it back down to the corner. Bashkirov. Back for Afanaseyev. Short side try, save made. Zuber slams it around the boards. Kuznetsov will hold it in. Gritsuk works it out of the corner. Gritsuk being watched there by Glutzel. Gritsuk dumps it to the front of the net. No one there. And a lead pass. Helios trying to spring Stützle. And this will go for icing.
This is a tired German group. Russia's had a line change here. Now they're going to get another one that gives them an opportunity against a tired group. Great play here by Podkolzin, holding off and then sets up Kuznetsov. But Elias, who we saw get the crossbar earlier, real good play here off his stick. That puck was wired for the upper part of the net.
Another face-off win for Russia. Russia has been dominant in the face-off department in this game. Bardakov after it. Gets turned over and now back. Peterka puts that in and right back out for Chichikov. Out. Chichikov plays it back into his own zone. Kirsanov plays it off the far side boards, but this will go all the way down for icing.
Zakhar Bardakov, number 11. You got a completely tired German group out on the ice. And then you throw the puck into the middle of the ice, they intercept it, they get a line change, and then you take an icing. I mean, you get an opportunity here to give yourself some breathing room against you didn't even give yourself a chance.
Off the face-off, a shot never got through. Bunzenberger lets it go. Dubé bangs on it at the side of the net. Askarov is down. Is that in the net? No. There's
hand
a hand
on the puck.
On the puck.
And it was clear.
Referee Kyle Kowalski, they're having a chat right now with Matthew Minetti, the other referee.
Yeah, it's not in the crease at all. It's outside the crease. Team Russia number 18, 2 minutes delay game, covering his hand with the puck. Covering the puck with his hand, sorry.
We know what he meant.
Yeah.
So the discussion was it in the crease, which they say it was not. So there it is right there. Germany back to the power play, 0 for 4 with just one shot on goal on the power play. 5th straight power play for Germany. Down by 1, and they need something off this man advantage.
Talked about the Ray Ferraro script for an upset. Goaltending, special teams. They gave up a shorthanded goal. They now have an opportunity on special teams to tie this game up.
Russia's penalty killing number 2 in the tournament, coming into the game at 91.6.
Here's the penalty, a real scramble around the net. There's Spiridonov jumping in there, grabbing the puck. with his hand. If that's in the crease, that is a penalty shot. The referee was very clear that it was outside the crease. How many times have we seen Askarov lose his stick? In the course of the tournament, he's lost his stick at least a half dozen times, or maybe even more.
Russia has killed 15 of 16 and trying to make it 16 for 17 on the PK. Peterka. 4 goals in the tournament. And now another penalty coming up on the plate. It's going to be Peterka. And that will negate the
Team
power
Germany,
play.
number 24, minor penalty for interference.
Opportunity vanishes. Alberg has the puck, and he doesn't make a very good play with the puck to Peterka. And that allows Russia, who's Nadinov, to read the play and jump on it. And then Peterka ends up on the wrong side of the puck. You know, all the little things that you need to be stronger in all went awry for Germany on that play.
So we'll get some 4-on-4 for a minute and 21, and then barring any more penalties, Russia will go to a brief power play. It'll be the second power play of the game for Russia. It's a 1-goal game. Munzenberger will send this in. Kneziev plays it back into his own zone. Kirsanov up for Amirov. Kneziev back for Amirov. Drops it back. And some room for Kirsanov. Kirsanov will drop it off at the blue line. First shot. Bugle makes the save. As Beechcroft let that one fly. And Reisdecker's on it. Hits the red line, chips it in. Goes in after it. Beechcroft plays it away from him. Played back in behind the net by Bashkarov, who has the go-ahead goal here in this game. It came in the second to make it 2-0. Bardakov off his stick. And Ponomarev with a backhander and Bugle with a glove save.
Vasily Ponomarev, shorthanded goal. He's had a very strong game and another real good opportunity. Here's the first save by Bugle. And then here's Ponomarev jumping right in there off that drive by Bardakov, excuse me.
Stole it off the face-off. Elias with some room. Tried to come to the near side. Has it again. Save Askarov. Looked like a magnet on Elias's stick.
He is strong on the puck. He created another advantage for himself by being strong on the puck. And as Kuznetsov comes across, laying out, Elias stays right with it. And on the backhand, after this dive, but on the backhand, tries to throw it up high or the other side of Askarov. Askarov is able to gather it in.
35-second power play now for Russia. Second power play of the game, 0 for 1 with 1 shot on goal. And 4 power play goals in the tournament for Russia. Amirov to the outside. And a bit of a hook there from Glutzel. Some reaction from the Russian bench on that. Who's Nadinov? Leaves it at the line. Chichikov walks it in. Podkolzin plays it to the front of the net. Comes off a leg, cleared, hit the side of the net. And now second attempt, this will get out as Glutzel will send it up at center. And Peterka out of the penalty box. 2:20 left to go in regulation. In a 1-goal game, Podkolzin plays it all the way back into his own end. Kirsanov throws it cross ice and then gets it back. Kirsanov lays it up at center. Bashkarov drives it to the net, centered. Szymanski's there to clear it away. Munzenberger gets tied up with Afanaseyev. Controls and plays it up at center. Venezia breaks it up and puts it back into the German zone. Keep an eye on netminder Florian Bugel. Now gets turned over in the German zone. Bugel will come out and play it. Doesn't get it out though. Spiridonov will play it back deep into the zone. Stutzla comes up and sends it all the way down the ice, and the faceoff will come all the way back. Time now for the Gatorade shift of the game.
Ponomarev wins the faceoff shorthanded, and at the top of your screen, he recognizes that there's an opportunity here. Chistikov makes a beautiful pass to finish off that shorthanded goal in the first period.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Timeout called by Germany. They have battled. They've been outshot 27-19. They only had 3 shots on goal in the first period.
Skarov had to make a great save on Stutzla, had to make a great save on Samansky on point blank plays, had to make another save on Stutzla. Elias gets the crossbar. Elias just had another chance there. So Germany, this isn't just about them not getting chances and kind of playing rope-a-dope. They have been dangerous at different times.
Russia will try and keep it in that German end of the ice, but that's going to change because here comes Stutzla. Stutzla in on Chichikov. To the bench for the extra attacker goes Bugel. Tied up in the corner with Hamadilin. Cleared it back to the line. It bounces around. This will make its way out at center. 6 attackers now. Zimmerman. In across the line. Wrist shot from Peterka. Blockered away. Cleared back down the ice. And this will be an icing call.
Perfect opportunity here for Germany with the icing call. Gives Peterka and Stutzla and Elias a little breather. If Russia calls a timeout, it'll give him even more of a breather, but offensive zone face-off with lots of time left here to tie this game. Tim Stutzla coming in, and nice close. Well, Chistikov does close on him, but he makes contact with the head.
Stutzla bent over, but there was definite contact from Chichikov.
That's a good play by Chistikov, but you got to keep your body in control and not make contact with the head. It's a risky play. It usually goes against you when you get into that area of the body.
Nienhuis and Huznadinov for the face-off. This gets cleared down the ice, and this will not be icing. Zimmerman goes back for it.
That's a terrific play by Podkolzin, and he's driving through and on the backside has his stick on the puck to get it out of harm's way and out of the zone.
Shot back out at center. Time running out, and this is grabbed off of Mirov at the empty net. Albert got a stick on that to deflect it. Is there time for one last chance? There doesn't appear as though, as it gets caught up in the equipment of Bardakov.
Tell you what, the Germans, they know with 1.8 seconds their tournament is going to end, but what an unbelievable effort. What a great tournament for Germany. Hold your heads high, gentlemen. You have represented your country and each other tremendously.
And they'll be back. No relegation this year. They will be back next year as we look at J.J. Peterka. But Russia, with a 2-1 win, advances to the semifinals. Sweden and Finland, our next game here, followed by Canada, Czech Republic, and then USA and Slovakia. There's 4 quarterfinal games. And Game 1 now in the books, and Russia will advance. Our virtual fan club, the fans in Russia, appreciative of what they've seen Saturday evening over there. And now we'll have the players of the game and then the players of the tournament for Germany. As you mentioned, their tournament does come to an end.
Tim Stützle, he'll be on his way to Ottawa. Buckle up there, Ottawa fans. You'll be able to watch him on TV, but when you get into that rink, you get an opportunity to watch him live. He will be nothing short of impressive. Those are the players not participating in today's game.
Bolick was suspended.
The best players of each team is presented by Explore Edmonton.
And Linger and
The
Gar.
visitor economy and venue management organization for Edmonton. Each winner will be awarded with a custom wallet from local makers Close General Leather Company. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the ice. Best player of Team Germany est le numéro 7, Florian Elias.
Terrific game for him. Terrific tournament for him.
The best player of Team Russia est le numéro 25, Danil Baskirov.
Winning goal.
And now for the 3 best players of the 2021 IIHF World Junior Championship for Team Germany. The 3 best players are selected by their team and will each receive a Tissot watch. The 3 best players of Team Germany are number 29, Florian Bugel.
Bugel missed the first 2 games. Came in and was very good for Germany.
Number 8, Tim Stützle.
Not a surprise that Stützle's a recipient of this award as well.
And number 25, Mario Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, of course, had the overtime winner against Slovakia, power play marker. And next will be the Russian national anthem as Russia wins this one 2-1. Great effort by Germany, and Tim Stützle and company have to be very happy with what they've accomplished when you go back the last 2 or 3 years
Et
at this
maintenant,
level.
pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team Russia.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
So the clock strikes midnight on Germany at these World Juniors. A valiant effort, but Russia hangs on to win our first quarterfinal game of the day. Daniil Bashkirov with the game-winning goal, and the Russian penalty kill with a very strong performance. 3 more quarterfinal games still to come here from the Edmonton bubble, including Canada taking on the Czech Republic. Canada, the only team to go through the preliminary round undefeated, a perfect 4-0 record. The Canadians have never trailed at these World Juniors. So one team is already through to the semifinal, the Russians, but who will join them? A great day of hockey is just getting started here on TSN. For Dave Tomlinson, Dennis Bayak, and Craig Button, I'm Laura Dyken, and thanks so much for watching our continuing coverage of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship.